This video shows how to integrate Veriadoc with IIS so that a user can run a merge from a web browser by submitting an HTML form. We assume that you are familiar with the basic concepts of Veriadoc and are experienced with building ASP.NET web applications in C# using Visual Studio. To focus on the integration with IIS, we're going to keep things simple in terms of the merge operation itself. On the client side, we are going to create a simple web form with fields for first and last name and submit that to our endpoint. On the server side, we're going to load or merge project and pass form data as parameters. As a result of the merge, the PDF form will be sent back to the browser where it opens with the fields filled out. Let's start by creating the Veriadoc project. We add an output document and set the export method to send to web browser. We set the file name to out.pdf and leave the behavior to open document in browser. The other option will make the browser download the PDF instead of opening it. Next, we add an income tax return form as our template. Because we want to fill the fields with parameters, we need to add these first. We add two parameters called first and last. Then, we go back to our form and bind the parameters with the corresponding fields. That's all. We save the project and we will move it inside our web application later. Next, we're going to create our web application using Visual Studio. We are using the Professional 2013 edition with Update 4 installed. We create a new ASP.NET web application project and call it Merge. It's going to be an MVC application, so we accept the defaults. The MVC template comes with a lot of default functionality. If we run the project, you will see the default homepage. We're going to change that homepage into a simple form with two text fields and a submit button. First, we add a form and set the method to post. Then, we add a field for the first name with a corresponding label. We copy that and change the label and the field to last name. Finally, we add a submit button. Let's see how this looks if we run the project again. In order to actually do something with the submitted form, we need to add a post action to the home controller. The index method corresponds to the home page. I copy it and add the HTTP post attribute. Note that earlier we set the method of the form to post. Next, we add two arguments, first and last. We add a breakpoint and run the application again. I fill out the form and submit it. The debugger breaks inside the method that we just added. If we inspect the two arguments, you can see that the form data has been passed correctly. The next step is to add code to our post action that will pass the parameters and run the merge. Before we do that, we need to add the merge project and the PDF form to our application. The proper location for this is the app data folder. We right-click this folder and select Add Existing Item. We select our Veriadoc project and PDF form. Because we're going to use Veriadoc in our web application, we need to add a couple of DLLs. The Server Deployment Wizard is going to help us with that. We select the Deploy.NET Reports assembly. For the folder, we're going to browse to our web application and create a new folder called lib. We will use the product in evaluation mode and click Next. As a result, all DLLs that we need have been copied to our lib folder. Let's go back to our web application project and add a reference the reports assembly. Now that the reference has been added, we can use it in our code. First, we add a using statement. Next, we add code that creates a new merge project. Set the parameters, and runs the merge. That's really all the code that is needed. Let's see what happens if we run the merge again. As you can see, the submitted form has been merged server-side, and the merged PDF opens in the browser.